to our channel. My name is Maria if you're new here. So I just wanted to finally film a pregnancy update for you guys. I've been meaning to do this for a little while now, and I know that a lot of our channel is going to be based around pregnancy and just motherhood and just family stuff in general. So I wanted to answer some of the questions that you may have for me, and so I put up a poll on Instagram for you guys to ask a couple questions. I guess I could just kind of get right into that. Okay, so the very first question is, do we have a baby name? And yes, we do. The next question is, are the girls' names going to be linked in any way? So I guess a hint that we could give you is the syllables are the same. So the first name is 2 syllables like Skylar, so Skylar, and then the middle name is 1 syllable. So Skylar Rain, and it's the same for the second baby. Another question is, how is this pregnancy different from Skye's? So this pregnancy is different from Skye's in a lot of different ways, and I don't know if it's just because of our living situation now, partially just because we were living with my parents when I was pregnant with my first daughter. So to be in my own space and to not be working full-time, I'm just a stay-at-home mom now, so that could also be the cause for some differences. But I'd say the main difference is my appetite. My appetite has been really great with this pregnancy. I'm like, if I'm hungry, I'm able to eat my food just fine and actually enjoy it, which is maybe a dangerous thing. But with Skye, I had the hardest time eating for whatever reason. I felt like I was constantly just forcing myself to eat things. A lot of that came with just like stress from the coronavirus and all that. And a little backstory on my previous pregnancy with my daughter, she was diagnosed with fetal growth restriction at about 30 weeks. And so that also added a lot of stress onto just the end of my pregnancy, feeling like, you know, like, oh my gosh, I can't even eat right now, like I need to eat to give her what she needs. But after she was born, there was nothing that they found, and throughout them monitoring me within the last few months of my pregnancy, there was no explanation as to why she wasn't gaining any weight or growing. And when she was born, she was 4 pounds and 12 ounces, but no underlying health issues, nothing. We were able to take her home like any other baby. So I really wish I would have had them do some tests on my placenta to see if there maybe had been some underlying issues. So I guess we'll just never know. The next question is, have you started to feel the baby? And yes, I have. I've started feeling movement around, I would say 18 weeks. But yeah, so I've been feeling movement a lot, and it's the best feeling ever, and it's very surreal because I feel like I just had a baby. I just had Skye in my belly, and now she's here and she's 10 months and trying to walk right now. Like, it's just crazy how fast time is going. So the next question is if I can talk about / normalize the ugly side of pregnancy that nobody talks about. So yes, I feel like I have felt alone in a sense with feeling some negative types of way towards pregnancy, and feeling alone in that, feeling like it's not talked about to where I feel comfortable to truly share how I'm feeling. And I guess I have some guilt for feeling these types of ways, just because I know there are so many people out there that are trying to get pregnant right now and that haven't been able to, or whatever the case may be. And so I am extremely fortunate and blessed that we have another baby on the way. However, that doesn't take away the fact that pregnancy is hard, and pregnancy comes along with a lot of things that people don't talk about, and it can come up, you know, negative emotions can come up, and I think that's perfectly fine as long as you're not completely rejecting the baby. I think that's one thing, and like saying like I don't want this child, because I truly believe that like a child can feel that even in the womb. I think there's like, I don't know, it could just be my thoughts on that, but I really feel like there's something that goes along with that when you feel negative feelings towards your baby in that type of way. However, I think the emotions that I've been feeling are just realizing the responsibility that I have and that will be placed before me when I do have 2 children so close together. I'm taking that very, very seriously, and I want to be everything that I can for both of my girls. I don't want to be in over my head and feel like Skye isn't getting what she needs and I'm just like adding another child and not fully being ready. And so I think those are the thoughts and the emotions that I've been feeling, is just like wanting to make sure that I am the best mother that I can be to both of them. And so thankfully I have such an amazing and supportive husband that will help me so much when this baby's born. So I know that when she's here, we won't want it any other way, and I know that we're going to be so happy. We're just going to get it down. You know, there's going to be lots of trials, I think, that are going to come up with it, but it's going to be amazing, and I cannot wait to have Skye be an older sister to this little girl, and I just think they're going to be best friends, so I'm very excited to see them grow up together. So the next question is, how are you mentally? I kind of answered this question in the last one, but overall I'm doing very well. I have days for sure that I am just very emotional, and I think just being emotional in general is normal for pregnant ladies. I just get very overwhelmed sometimes, and I think the main reason why I'm getting so overwhelmed with thinking about bringing another baby into this world, just the age that Skye is at right now. She's at the age where she's not quite able to communicate. That's really hard because I'm just overwhelmed with trying to show her and teach her things. So it just adds to some of the stress throughout the day. And we're also trying to incorporate solid foods into her diet. So that's been a struggle because I'm just learning what she likes, what she doesn't like, and learning that, you know, I can keep introducing foods that she may not like right away, and she'll learn to like them, or whatever the case. She so far has been loving pancakes in the morning, and I give her some eggs and she eats that great. It just takes her a long time to eat just because it's harder for her to chew it and swallow it, so it's a process, and it takes a lot of patience to feed her because she's such a busy bee, wanting to constantly be moving, and she's just into everything, and she doesn't like to hold still. So that's a struggle too, because I feel like moving around while being pregnant and like constantly just like trying to keep her from like cleaning up the floor and eating things like off the floor, it's just a lot. So yeah, I'd say that definitely adds to the stress throughout my day, is just trying to feed her also. The next question is, how is baby doing, and is baby on track? So that's a really good question. I actually have footage from my 20-week ultrasound that I had earlier this week, so I will insert that here. So after the ultrasound, I saw my OB, and she went over the results with me, and she said everything looks beautiful, everything looks picture perfect, and baby's measuring right on track. My appointment was at when I was 20 weeks 3 days, and she was measuring 20 weeks 6 days, so she's just a little bit over. So that was such a relief to hear that she is on track and everything's looking beautiful, and we got some really cute pictures from that ultrasound. She actually looks so much like Skye did. We compared pictures from Skye's ultrasound to this baby, and they look almost identical. There are definitely some differences, but you can definitely tell they're sisters on ultrasound. So it'll be so interesting to see how she'll actually look, and if she'll have dimples like Skye does and stuff like that. But I know when we see this baby, we're gonna be like, how could she look any different? Because that's how we feel with Skye, because we always had that question, like, what will our kids look like? What will Skye look like? And now she looks like she looks, and we're like, how could you look any different? So I'm very excited to see what she looks like. Okay, the next question is, what will the age gap be for her and Skye? So the age gap will be about 15 months. Skye's birthday is April 30th, and then this baby's due July 31st. So it'll be right at 15 months, depending on when she decides to come, but right around there. Okay, the next question is, what are your cravings, if you have any? I actually have way more cravings with this pregnancy than I did with Skye, for whatever reason. But the main ones are bacon Gouda breakfast sandwiches from Starbucks. You guys, I don't know what it is about it. Another thing is, I've been getting those Eggo pancakes, just the frozen ones, and I usually heat some of those up for Skye in the morning, and that's what she eats. So I recently have discovered putting Nutella on those, and wow, so good. Highly recommend, regardless if you're pregnant. They're so good. And then another thing, I'd say the fried zucchini from Carl's Jr. Those are so good, and I've been a fan of those for a long time, but just recently I've thought about them again, and so I've been getting those quite often, and they're delicious. Next question is, how are you feeling? So this pregnancy's honestly been a little bit harder. I feel like my body is just not as strong as it once was. It's just, yeah, pregnancy puts a toll on your body, and I feel like I wasn't intentional after I had Skye to start getting fit again and like exercising and all that. So I feel like my muscles are just a lot weaker, and so I've had a lot more aches and pains with this pregnancy. Within the last couple of weeks, I've noticed I have just like some pain in my lower back. It's really uncomfortable. Like, it'll come and go, and it'll last for just a couple hours throughout the day if it does come. But yeah, it's just like a constant like aching pain in my back, and so I talked to my doctor about it, and she said, well, just like, if I need to see a chiropractor or something like that, then I will. But she said to just like try to do some stretches and maybe some yoga to help loosen things up a little bit. So that's what I've been doing. I'm hoping that that'll clear up everything. Okay, and the last question is, what is my bump size compared to Skye at this time? And it's actually crazy that somebody asked this, because I feel like I am much bigger with this baby. So yeah, and I'll even show you my belly right now, but you can definitely tell, and I don't know if it's honestly could just be because of the position she's in, or the fact that it's my second pregnancy and my body is just stretching quicker. Okay, so this is my belly. As of right now, I am basically 31 weeks. I'll be 31 weeks tomorrow. So yeah, you can definitely see she's popping. She's popping out. Alright, well, that is all of the questions that I decided to answer in this video. I really didn't want to make it too long and drawn out for you guys, but hopefully you guys feel updated as far as how things are going, and I'm excited to continue to update you guys, and I cannot believe how fast this pregnancy is going by. I'm like kind of freaking out. I'm like, wow, I'm literally halfway done. That's another difference with this pregnancy, is I'm like not thinking about the fact that I'm pregnant as much. I'm just so busy constantly with Skye, so I'm just like not thinking about it at all. So I am very excited, not complaining at all that it's going by quick, but also just trying to enjoy these last few months of me having this baby inside of me. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to our channel and become a part of our family. We would love to have you. So hope you guys have a good rest of your week, and we will see you in our next video. Bye guys.